not necessarily about this thing that I've made, or even the idea that was a direct result of the time there, but the other ideas that it opened up. But, you know, because of the fact that you spend time there. So you kind of start off like trying to explore these things here, but then a whole other range of things start happening. Since I was told to try and figure out what to do with this fiber or yarn, then in the end that would be unexpected, I thought, well, that is quite unexpected to have this sort of winter fabric. We always associate it with cold climates, or I do anyway, Moher, to actually have it float on water. Because I added the spray paint, I then thought it's quite interesting to completely negate the natural quality of the fiber, because I'm actually negating, you know, the essence of the fiber by trying to make it float. So maybe I should just go all out and then spray paint. And then I added these pool needles, and they also look a bit like suckers from, I don't know, octopus or something. And so then I solved the problem, because now it can float, so it worked beautifully. I tested it on a suburban swimming pool.
So I designed a pattern based on the amount of needles the machine has, with the idea to have it knitted in a tube, which I would then cut and open up the tube to become a flat piece of knitting.
But will it not unravel?
With the seam allowance, so that I could seam it first before cutting it, so that
But was it a photographic image?
It was a photographic image, yes.
You can make very nice ties.
Yes, yes, yes.
So it's kind of like, it would be like a very elaborate fishnet stocking, basically.
But just using knit and pull stitches, but in two colors. The industrial knitted sock is a feat of engineering. It is, and it's such a beautiful object, but it's also small and rather intimate. Feet are quite intimate and personal. So that's what gave me the idea to do a miniature portrait, because the portrait miniatures are intimate. Pardon?
What was, of who was the portrait?
It was a friend of mine and his son, and he taught his son how to knit, and it's based on a photograph of his son, which is a grown man now, struggling. Actually, it's such a beautiful moment, sitting with two knitting needles with this really pained expression of concentration. So it was that image, and then the same image of Michael and Carl, his son, when Carl was a baby. So it would have been two family portraits. So almost a baby portrait snapshot, and then an adult.
But you must definitely get it right.
It's still looming in the background, and the pattern is done, and the pattern is ready.
It's something completely different, but you could also just do it with a tolik or a French needle.
Well, I could do it by hand. The pattern can be.
You know, a large part of the process when they make these yarns has to do with cleaning the fiber and purifying it and rating it and grading it according to the length of the actual hair. I find it quite interesting how this charcoal from the wood then actually draws on the object. So yes, now I'm making it dirty again. I'm not making it dirty, the wood is making it dirty. Because I was trying to see what I can do with a fiber that no one would come up with. And maybe not all of the experiments were very practical, but they were just I just started playing around with what the possibilities were. And so
after the bob and lace commission that I made with the threads, these balls were still lying around in the studio, and I subsequently started playing around with wax, and then I got the idea to capture that pattern of the thread running off by fusing the thread with wax, so that I can cut it like I would have done with a sock pattern and spread it open. And so I made these drawings.
That's really nice. Did you put this on the floor? Oh, that's really nice. But did you spray glue them to this? Or how
No,
does
it's wax.
it's all this? Oh, this is
Painted with
really
melted
nice.
wax and then.
So they're all just like the remnants of the spools.
And
But how do you
each one is different because they it's not mechanically
Yes.
chosen when it's running
Yes.
out.
I have to tell you about like when we, like in the workshop, you couldn't come. So
Yes.
we lent us the work and I hope you don't mind, but we passed it around, people handled it. But it was actually really good because you could see the way people were like, you know, we were told never to do this to mohair, this is the diamond fiber.
Yes.
But then they saw you do it, and then as a subsequence, when you look at the outputs from the workshop, people just went and did things that were like not replicating me, but like that idea. Like so, the person who told me that the mohair was very expensive, she then put plaster on her mohair. You know, plaster of Paris on her mohair. And then there was a small accidental fire, which was quickly put out. So that, like, how did you get, like, so they were burning it, adding wax and things. So they were trying to, like, intervene in it, like,
Yes.
in the same way that they responded to what they saw as intervention in your work, with spray painting and attaching these, you know, pull tubes. So I think actually that was, yeah, no, it's exactly.